So today, so yesterday we had our forum on signage, and I said something kind of in passing about generating stacks signs automatically from an Excel list. And since there are no October updates for Alma, release notes, I thought that I would do just a mini demo on how to do that, because it is kind of fun, and can be quite helpful as you're trying to generate signage and make sure things are accurate. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and I've like already prepped a few things so that it should go kind of quickly. Move things out of the way. Okay. So, I've got this little sample list here. I'm going to stop my camera so I don't distract myself. There we go. So I've got this spreadsheet, and I've got a table and headings, and I just went with like collection name, the range, and I've chosen uh, Library of Congress, straight alphabetical, some Dewey, and then no range. Um, 5 different subject headings, and then a circ policy. So I've got this table, and you can create the table with whatever information you put on your signs, and you can have more information in the table than you need to have on the sign, because you can choose what's going to go on that sign. So you start by creating the Excel sheet with the table. Then, and I'm actually going to show you the blank. Then you go into a Word document, and under mailings, you're going to start, you're going to select recipients. So you're not actually using an existing template from Word. You're just going to start blank, select recipients, use an existing list, and then you go to where you have saved your Excel spreadsheet, and it does have to be saved before you do this. So here we have stacks lists. Okay, and it will ask you to choose the sheet. So you could have, like multiple sheets in the same document for each different collection if you wanted. And then we hit OK. Now we go to Insert Merge field, and it will show you every single column heading that you have in that document. So say you want to make really large signs, maybe with just collection names, you can just do collection. And you can see here it inserts with the little double bracket, and it's got the field heading. And now you can highlight it and go, oh, zoom, back to home, and you can do whatever formatting makes your heart happy. I will tell you, shadow doesn't make my heart happy, but I'm doing it for visibility. All right, and you can center. Okay, you can change, the document. Where's my document settings? Nope. Layout. Wow. Okay. So, I want this to be a giant orientation, collection size. So I'm going to keep making this bigger. Now I'm like, oh man, I have some pretty long collections. I don't know if that's going to fit. So you can hit preview results. Well, main obviously fits. But if you want to scroll through to children's lit, because you're like, well, I don't know, we're going to go. So we've got casual reads, children's lit. Great. It fits. So now you're like, okay, I want to only print one of each. So what you can do is edit recipient list and deselect all but one of each. You could even get rid of duplicates very, simply. Um, and now when you hit finish and merge, you can just go straight to print documents. But if you hit edit individual documents, it will actually create a multi-paged document showing you every page that is going to print. Um, gonna not save this. Don't save. Um, so what I did was I pre-made like a more formatted version so you can see how it's set up. So I inserted collection. I then put a shape behind it. I used range. I did the different subjects and the circ policy. So like everything's on here. You can see that some of these I don't have range. Some don't have any subjects or all subjects. They do all have circ policies. Um, and they use a variety of alphanumeric characters, all caps, all kinds of stuff. So we can go in here, we can preview results, and you will see that because there is no subject 4 or 5 on this one, that the checkout period is up higher. So we can go through and I'll show you kind of how to fix that, but I'll preview some of these other ones. So you can see this one like really brings it up because there's only one. That all fits. Really brings it up because it's just that casual reads. And we've got children's lit. And then I did create this children's lit one that had multiple subjects separated by commas in one field. And it just put it together with those commas and in that field space. We've got biographies. Okay. So now you have all these great and consistent signs, but you're like, I want this to stay at the bottom. So I'm going to take off the preview because if you try and edit with the preview results turned on, you will sometimes mess up where unseen fields are because this one, that specific preview, you couldn't see subject 4 and 5. So you're like, I really want circ policy to stay at the bottom. So we're going to go, hey, Word. We're going to go here. And then I am going to actually insert a shape and, or is it text box? Text box. So I'm going to take this text box. It's just going to be a simple text box. And I'm going to take this field. Oh, it deleted my text box too. And I'm going to put that field. I didn't want drawing objects in a text box. Oh, because I copied everything. Okay, well then we'll do it from scratch and that's fine too. Okay, so now I have this text box, which I can drag and have in a specific spot. And I can click in it and then I go to mailings and I insert merge field and I go to circ policy. And now I can format that back the way that I wanted it. And I can add the asterisks. And then because this text box is got a border around it. Come on. I don't want you to have a border. I bet you I can just right click on it too. There we go. So I'm gonna format shape and I'm gonna get rid of the border. And now when I go to mailings and I preview, oh, I didn't anchor it. I'm gonna take that box and position and nope, 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 nope. Okay, there we go. So I aligned to bottom. Now it should anchor. I'm going to be very mad if it doesn't. Yay! So now it's anchored and the circ policy will always be at the bottom left. So you can see if a field is missing that the spacing does change. So say you're like, oh, but I really want the same spacing here as like the difference in the range. So you can just add this. We'll turn this off. Okay, hold on. Sometimes if you make changes in here, actually it's not a sometimes, it's an all the time. You have to save and close and save, and it's going to be like, but someone's using it. So then I just do it again. And we'll just do it this way because I'm being lazy. Okay, and then we can open our sign again. And it will say, you're going to select from sheet 1. Yes, I want that. Now, if we go to the preview and we go, really? Nope, that should be working. Oh, because I didn't pick the right one. Shoot. We can use an existing list and reconnect it to. So this is kind of the silly, tricky part, which I wish I had a smoother way to do, but I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. All right, so it resaved. Great, it's showing up. We're in a preview. It's not. Dang it. Okay. Well, it's saved. I'm gonna shut this down. I'm gonna shut that down. Yes. I'm gonna open again. I lost my participants list though. Can't see how many of you leave out of utter boredom and frustration because I'm not a word wizard. Okay, we got stack signs. Yes, please select that. And then we can, thank you, Linda. We can select recipients, choose from an existing list. Okay. I'm pretty sure we've already got this one connected. Okay. And we're just gonna insert merge field range. See if it'll work this time. Now hit save. And now we're gonna go, and notice I don't even have that Excel document open anymore because now they're connected. So we're gonna preview. So it's still not doing it with the space. Okay, well, I'm gonna figure it out because maybe you want very consistent spacing. In which case, um, you could do that text box solution that we did for the circ policy for all of these things. So that would be another way to make sure that your, like, so if you have a box with words in it and you want to make sure that it always fits, you could let's play. I'm gonna make a new
Really?
page. Yeah,
Can you use mail merge in Publisher?
maybe. I hate
Because
Publisher.
I yeah.
But we could try it out right now because
Because
I
I
do
when
have
I
Publisher.
used to be a music librarian and I would help the music seniors with their programs for their senior recitals, they would always try to do it in Word, and I would have to tell them, no, don't use Word, use Publisher because Word
So,
messes up the layout.
well, so here's the thing. Um, I think you totally can because here's the thing, and you can, select recipients, use existing list. However, the way that Publisher layers its boxes and the like formatting code that it saves basically in the file can cause Publisher to take forever to do
Mm,
something. So just like if you've got a pretty simple sign, like this, um, I would recommend Word, even if you have to use a few text boxes, because um, it's just going to be a lot more efficient in its like macros, SQL stuff connection to Excel. Um, Now, if you've got a pretty complicated one, then using Publisher might be your solution. And I know, for example, Grays Harbor, um, Carabeth has used Publisher and like the mail merge function to create their book labels. Um, and so it's certainly possible, but setting up templates in um, Publisher is also kind of it's almost as much of a nightmare. Oh, the one thing that I didn't do correctly on this stacks signs thing, and maybe that's why it's not working super great. So let me fix that and we'll see if it works any better. So the key is you also don't just save it as a Word doc, save it as a Word template. So a dot x. Okay, and I'm going to save it in documents and not in, the Word thing. Now I wonder if it will update better if we change something. Let's go to that Excel file again and see if it, I don't know what, okay, cancel, let's try. Okay, so we've got stacks lists and let's add a new, we want a sixth subject, and I'm just going to say, more in reference. I don't know, we'll just add a random one. Um, okay, see you later, Amy. Um, okay, so we add this. Now I think we should be able to refresh this. because that's where I'm like, why isn't there an obvious refresh button? But I probably just don't, I'm not familiar with it. Um, okay, so it's okay, data source. So you'd go into mail merge recipients, and instead of having anything to do with editing individual, click copy of stacks list, our data source, and we're going to refresh. And actually we're in the other one. And so we're going to go edit recipient. No, we're going to select recipients from an existing list. And now we're going to go to the documents and select the not copy because we've added that extra column. Okay, now we're getting subject 6. And because I didn't actually add a subject, you can see it just inserted. So yes, same thing is possible in Publisher. Um, what I have found though is that like it can be significantly less efficient to just do all of it. But it works, exactly the same way. You connect it, you can choose it, you say, yep, I want all of them. But this is also how you can use one document and say you're like, okay, main and reference are going to be formatted the same way, and the collection name is going to be in that box. But for casual reads and children's lit, I actually want the range to be in the box and the collection to be smaller. And so you can create a different, so say we've got, we want main and reference in that Word document format. This one, we only want casual reads and children's lit. Say we want it to look more fun. We're going to, because it's publisher. And now we can do insert, and we're going to insert a text box. And then we're going to do mailings, and we're going to insert the merge field of range. And then we're gonna format this into, oh, come on, something fun. Isn't that your whole deal, Publisher? Make a new style. Um, and great. And so now we can make fun. Ta-da! And then we'll go to mailings, we'll preview, and so you can use the exact same document, merge it to different Word documents or a publisher document, and create signs quite easily for your collections. I'm going to turn off preview. So we've got range here, and we want it like to fill this text box. So we can go to shape format, and we can add this outline, and we can add the fill, and we can give it a glow effect. Oh, nope, JK. There we go. And then we'll make this be I know you will do this. You can center it in the box. I just, yeah, hate publisher. Um, but now you can fancy. Um, and you can, round it, edit it. So, um, but yeah, it can, what I really love about doing this. So one of the things that my old library did was we had a publisher document of like 100 pages, and it like every single page had a range and the collection name written into it. And we of course didn't even do subject headings or anything. And every time there was any kind of shifting, uh, you would have to go in, find the right 2 pages, make sure that you correctly changed the number on both pages, and didn't mess up the formatting. Well, that's kind of ridiculous because if you just need to change these two, um, so say we end up shifting a little bit, there's just a lot more there's a lot more cookbooks suddenly. Um, so we do 560 goes here. Well, no, that'd be animals or something. Anyway, you come in here and you do your mailings and you edit recipient list and you, okay, hold on. This is what I'm talking about. It has frozen because it's mad at me. There we go. Okay, I just had to save. So we edit recipient list, we click on this and we refresh. Okay. And now um, we've got the updated range, and we know that we can see right here that it is accurate and the formatting's not changing. So I think it's a good tool. It's not necessarily the fanciest. It's not library specific, but if you're going from no signage and you need to update signage, and you have maybe a weeding list or a, librarian, subject area list that you can like start a, stacks list from, it's better than starting from nothing. Um, so anyway, that is my kind of impromptu uh, tutorial uh, based on yesterday's signage forum and the not really any October release notes. Few bug repairs, but nothing super helpful. Um, so yeah, and now if you have access to Adobe products, there is a similar function that you can do with Adobe InDesign. I wouldn't learn InDesign if you don't already know it. Um, but um, basically, it is possible in a variety of different programs. Um, so yeah, um, yeah, that is what I have for today. But anyone have any questions? I can also um like put these, I can attach these files to this recording so you've got like the template for the two things. Um and I don't know if the SQL connection between them remains if you download them to your own computer, because path files, file paths. But you go into mail merge and whatever. Yeah. Any questions? Okay, so very quickly, we do have a meeting this Thursday, and it is going to be, I'm opening the schedule. Cataloging and norm rules. So we will probably hopefully wrap up and document the, was it the 350, 856 fields, the 800 fields that we've been working on. Make sure we've got those details kind of locked in, and then we'll brainstorm or just bring a problem that you're having that you think an indication norm rule could help with. Or bring another cataloging topic, and we'll get a few things on our future agendas. The cataloging and norm rules group is set to meet, I think, twice a month, because, yeah, we meet again on the 19th, and then, yeah, twice, yeah, because we have found so much work that has been, what happened to my Zoom just disappeared.
We can still see you.
I can't, it's like I'm not signed in and I have no Zoom controls. This is very odd. Uh, okay, I'm back. I don't, anyway, Thursday will be recorded, and yes, so I will